Welcome to the From the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure. Beef Loaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, My Sock Summer. And your host. He's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom. Cherezy E.
Thank you, Cornsey. Welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, booze, and bullshit. And remember the drinking rules. If Beef Loaf says allegedly, or that he manifested that, you drink. If My Sock Summer talks about the gym or tells us he simply did not have time, you drink. And if I talk music or Star Wars, you drink. And of course, you can make all of us drink for just a tip of $1.08 or more. But speaking of drinking, fellas, what are you drinking? What are you drinking, my man? Are you staying on?
Me?
I asked Beef Loaf what he's drinking.
Oh,
he was just staring intently into the screen.
I didn't know what he was doing.
I didn't hear it either. My Sox must have been a skip in the record. I'm still on the train, still on the list, and I'm drinking something that I absolutely love and adore. I'm drinking some old style. I got Tall Boys Treasy. So
there we go.
I got one in my hand. I got four in this bucket. I got a 6-1 sitting in the beer fridge over here. I'm hoping we have a long enough show where I can get through all of these Cousin Eddie style. I was going to leave them on the stringer, but I decided to take it off because putting your mouth on the stringer is incredibly disgusting, and I did not want to do that. So,
bet you could use a cold one.
That's gross. That's it. Like putting your mouth on the stringer. That's for the fish. That's not.
That's only acceptable if you're on the bank of a river. You can't do that just like in your basement during winter. You can't do that.
No, you cannot. No, it's not good.
Well, speaking of drinking, we already got a drink in the chat. Our guy Aloha Mr. Andy says, cheers to Joey Gallo. 4 years too late. How do you know?
Cheers.
Ooh.
Allegedly.
4 years too early. My Sock Summer, what are you drinking?
Well, I'm trying to stay on task too. I was over at the Mariano's today, and they had these on sale, and I was like, this is perfect. The On the Rocks Premium Collection. It's a Mai Tai.
There we go.
Whoa.
It's a Cruzan rum, and then a tangy Mai Tai. Tastes a little funky. Not gonna lie, not the best.
A little funky.
But these are cool little bottles. I like these little bottles. They're pretty neat. I'm gonna use one later to hit one over your brother's head. But Cherezy, what are you drinking tonight?
The fuck did I do? Or are you talking about my brother?
I'm hitting. Yeah.
All right, so
Fuck off. I'm going to be doing the slapping in a little bit. We'll just see what's going on.
Let me grab this here. So I was like, hey, we haven't been doing the wine. So I got the Boda box. And I saw that they got the Nighthawk. Nighthawk by Boda. I was like, I got to do this. It's the Lush Pinot Noir.
Wow.
I mean,
ooh, baby.
Now look, guys.
Let's see the legs on this guy.
You know me. I like a bargain, right? Like so.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I didn't realize these boxes.
Yeah.
And it's 3 liters. So there's basically 4 bottles worth of wine in this fucking thing.
$14.
I am praying that this is at least passable because it was with tax $18.50.
I'm gonna guess. No.
I might have found a brand new joy if this works out.
Next time we go to Treasy's house, we're gonna come over. There's gonna be those boxes discarded everywhere, all over the floor. Right,
and Val's like, please talk to him. Please talk to him.
We've got the friend and Beef. You weren't here for this, but when we went to do trivia, our friend Stacy, she really likes these like certain
Twisted
teas. Yeah. But it's like they only come out during the summer. It's like a rocket pop when they do for like 4th of July.
Yep. Okay.
So she just bought like 24 cases.
I love it. Why not? Stick with what you like, you know?
And they work like this. They work like the spout.
So she put it on the table and then just tapped it and then put it back in the cooler.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. We got another drink here from
that.
Peyton. Cheers, Peyton.
Thank you,
Thanks, Peyton. I'm going to drink this shitty Mai Tai for you, buddy.
Let me tell you what's not shitty. These goddamn old styles are going down well. Man. Fuck.
Who doesn't love old style?
The Nighthawk's fine so far. It's fine so far.
How many sips? Have you let it open up, Treasy? Have you allowed the Nighthawk to open up?
White,
you got to get the full flavor. See, this is what happens sometimes. You let it sit for a little bit, and then the more flavors come out, even if it's box wine.
I did not decant it, so it's all straight from the air sealed bag.
Pop and pour, baby.
Right from the bladder. Right from the bladder. Right to my bladder. Like this is
yeah. What color is it? You know, white? Is that a white one or is that a red one?
It's red.
It's red as hell.
One of those.
All right. Beef, how you doing tonight? I feel like you got a lot to talk about.
Oh, lead.
I do. I got a lot to get off my my
Jesus.
chest here. First off, I gotta give kudos to my guy, My Sock Summer. My Sock Summer has excellent photoshopping skills, and I love when he uses them to make images and have a little bit of fun on Twitter. And so this week, he made this image, which is us in the hot tub from when we cut the promo for the White Sox bobblehead giveaways that are going to happen this year that they played at Sox Fest. And he slid Howard Ankin in there and a little Ankin Law symbol.
Yep.
And it's very fun. And he put it all over Twitter. Everyone was having fun with it, retweeting it, and making fun and all that stuff. And I appreciated the effort. However, then I went over to Instagram, which I don't do often in the offseason because during the season, I push out a lot of pictures from the ballpark, the class picks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I go to check what we post up on Instagram lately. I think I might have had something to post up there or whatever. And I see this fucking picture, which has Teresa E., Howard Ankin, and My Sock Summer, and that's it. That is it. There's no beef flow. My fucking hot tub, but these three assholes and not me in there.
Wait.
So my question is, what the fuck is going on exactly here, and how are we going to leave this up there on our goddamn Instagram?
Hold on. In My Sock Summer's defense, this one's not Photoshop.
Oh, you guys broke into my yard and fucking had Howard Ankin in there?
Yeah.
When you were out of town for Christmas, MSS was like, "Yo, Howard just called. He wants to party," and I said, "I know just the place. I know just the fucking place." We called up Mike Downey. We got some promo
clothes. I was gonna say, got those clothes and went back in history and got them clothes.
That's why we knew it was gonna work for the promo.
We actually went into the future and then went back to the
This
future.
was the scouting trip.
Yeah. For the promo. Huh?
That's why none of us were nervous. And that's why MSS knew the whole
You
script.
just snapped it off pretty quick. Yeah, there was not a lot of extra takes there. I mean, I was going to say, I know I can be a little mercurial occasionally, and sometimes I fly off the handle, and I can be a little hard to work with. But this power trio ain't running without the beef loaf. As much as you maybe think it could. All right.
I think
Jesus.
I think MSS and I both should have told you that we did that, but Howard was no bottoms, and we didn't know how to tell you that was the case, and that happened in your hot tub. So
that's why the strainer got clogged. There's all those pubes. I mean, this rush, gigantic pubes. Howard,
I'm proud of him.
I can't wait till they watch this and they're like, "Yep, I'm never looking at those guys." Scratch them.
There.
Let's get a couple drinks here.
Let's do it.
Gordo says MSS story time.
Oh,
let's see. We'll see.
We can see.
Thank you, Gordo. Appreciate you.
You might have beefalo story time. I mean, this guy, he's going.
Our guy John Navas says, "Cheers, fellas! Can I get a shout out for the single folks on Valentine's Day like myself?" Yeah, cheers!
Absolutely. Shout out to the single folks.
Yeah, but you should have the most fun. Like tonight's the night to go out if you're single. I think.
Tomorrow's good too.
Also, John, you're a good-looking man. You could probably go and hook up with the chick if you wanted to. So, just saying. There's a lot of single women.
He may got his various things going on, but he doesn't want anyone to know about each other. So there's no Valentine's Day.
Maybe that's what he's asking.
No snitching, motherfucker.
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe we got to be like the guy in. Maybe we got to be like the guy in 40-Year-Old Virgin right now and just tell him that we're praying for his cock.
He was like, it was something I wanted to say after the Reggie's thing too, because we met John Nava that night for the first time. I did for the first time, and I was like, he is strikingly better looking than I thought he was. Honestly,
wow, that's kind of a backhanded compliment.
Well, no. Here's what MSS meant to say.
Picture that but he's just so small.
MSS has no balls, so here's what he really meant to say. He's much better looking than the average 108 follower. That's what he was about. That's what he was trying to say right there. He was trying to say that he is sexually attracted to John Nava. It's very obvious to me. So, speaking of being sexually attracted, enjoy that, John. Actually, speaking of sexually attracted. I want to get MSS back on course here. I saw this on the internet, and I had no idea what the fuck was going on here, and I just had to share this with you. So this is a picture of Tyreek Hill, and it says, Tyreek explains sex fetish he had to satisfy with plus-size OnlyFans model who claims he broke her leg. Okay, I'm looking at this, and yes, plus-size. Were you guys... When you see this, did you think to yourself, how did Tyreek Hill get to the NFL, become a top star, and never bang a big chick? Is that what you think? Because I was thinking this.
No. So here's what I thought when I read this. Because I looked at it and said, explain sex fetish that he had to satisfy with plus-size OnlyFans model. And I think the average reader would think that the fetish was to have sex with plus-size women, which I think as Americans, that's not a fetish. And that's just
that's a good part of the pie chart.
That is just the world. That would be like us going like, our wives all have fetishes. They want to fuck fat guys. No, there's just mostly fat guys.
That's just part of the Gaussian distribution. That's all that is. Meaning part of the curve, if you will.
But we know that Tyreek Hill is a piece of shit, and so I read it as his fetish was breaking her leg.
Yeah, that's what I think it is too. Yeah.
So I looked up the story. So New York Post, and this was posted the other day, it says OnlyFans model suing Tyreek Hill over broken leg admits she had sex with him afterwards. So a new twist in a lawsuit filed against Tyreek Hill by a plus-size OnlyFans model was revealed Wednesday after she admitted the two got intimate after she injured her leg. Sophie Hall said she had sex with the star Dolphins wide receiver after she claimed Hill fractured her right leg with crushing force during a backyard football lesson in 2023. Hall, 35, alleges in her lawsuit that during June 28, 2023 incident, Hill knocked her down with such force that she eventually had to undergo reconstructive surgery. She's asking to be awarded damages in excess of $50,000. Hall explained that Hill had given her a piggyback ride up to his bedroom and replied no when Hill's attorney, Robert Horowitz, asked if she tried to call the police, leave, or asked to stay in a different room in Hill's South Florida mansion. She says, unquote, no, because he was only aggressive in that moment after they had laughed at him and during those plays, but after the plays, it went back to normal demeanor. So he was being more himself, Hall explained in her response as to why she stayed in his room following the incident. Hall said the two had sex just once on the night after the football incident occurred and admitted to Horowitz that later, the next day, they also had sex. She says, I wanted comfort. I felt very vulnerable in that moment. I was injured. Hall had also explained about sleeping in Hill's bed. Basically, the way she got injured is Tyreek Hill had met her because her 10-year-old son was at some football camp, and then he ends up inviting her over to the house. She's 6 feet tall. So they're kind of messing around in the backyard, a bunch of friends around. And she kind of gave him a little shove or whatever, and knocked him on his ass. And he got embarrassed, and he got up and shoved her to the ground, which broke her fucking leg. But after the broken leg, the fucked up leg, they fucked not that night, but also the next day. Yeah, exactly. The next day, a little more, licking the wounds. This is the most bizarre shit I've ever heard of.
Let me just tell you, if I fucking twist my ankle, I'm working from home. Right, I'm not making it to the office.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
She went to the office twice with a broken leg. She's like the Bill Russell of fucking. Is it Bill Russell? I'm getting the wrong guy. Who played with the
Willis
broken
Reed?
leg?
Willis Reed, baby.
The Willis Reed. The Willis Reed of OnlyFans models, right here.
Like I'm seeing some pictures of her with the. She doesn't have a cast on. She just has the crutches.
Yeah.
This is like what you pulled in like 8th grade basketball when you didn't want to run stairs or you didn't want to do the suicides. You're like, I think I fractured my leg. And then you go to the doctor and their doctor's like, well, it could be fractured. Here's some crutches. Stay off it for a little bit. And then you're miraculously fine, that weekend when you want to go over to your friend's house and play Excite Bike on his Nintendo. So
question where was the sun question? We don't want to know.
No, two separate
Take
things.
it easy.
The football camp was just where they met. Then later on, at some other point, she got together at his house with him and some other people. So the sun's not involved in the other part there.
But MSS,
I mean,
I get what you're saying. Like, it doesn't seem like it was serious, but they said reconstructive surgery.
Yes.
Like, so there was surgery. I mean, there was 2 acts of surgery done, and then there was a real surgery.
Then a doctor gave in there surgery. Tyreek Hill surgeon worked on it twice, didn't get it fixed. Then had to go to the real doctor. That's what it was.
Man,
you say she's 6'1", 250 pounds. She looks good. I don't think she doesn't look. She's attractive.
Listen, she could double as your bodyguard if you needed one. Because I say that in the nicest way. She ain't ugly. So
if she weighed 20 more pounds, MSS, would you? Because you're talking about,
Well, I don't know, man.
You were asking me last week.
It's true.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
20 more pounds. She's in my zone, and she's 3 inches shorter. I don't know, man. Like, we're breaking beds. I think this is not. I don't think it's.
She can obviously handle that.
The leg might not hold up, but
maybe
everything else will hold up.
I don't know. She's getting reconstructive surgery after tripping over a dog. I don't know, man.
All right, last thing I got for you guys, and I figured we should bring this up on the show because you guys are big music guys. I'm not as big as you are, but the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
You're bigger than me, buddy.
Nominees came out for 2025.
Yep.
Put them up on the screen. I'll read them for the podcast listeners. Here are the nominees: Bad Company, The Black Crowes, Mariah Carey, Chubby Checker, Joe Cocker, Billy Idol, Joy Division, New Order, Cyndi Lauper, Mana, Oasis, Outkast, Fish, Soundgarden, and the White Stripes. Boys, who should get in? Who are your picks? Treasy, you're first, baby.
Treasy, you go.
Well, I mean, I think my number one pick here. My number one pick, obviously, is Bad Company. No, it's Soundgarden. I mean, and this is just a very selfish. I'm wearing a fucking Soundgarden shirt.
It's very selfish.
I worry. So here's why I think they should be in. I think that a lot of the things that they did really landed in the zone between 2 genres that were not supposed to go together, which was metal and this grunge scene in Seattle, right? Yep. Like the falsetto voice was not supposed to be there, right? Like, so him doing those types of things, the players like Tyreek Hill were not supposed to be really in here. Now, Alice in Chains is in that range too, but like, I just think that they're incredible. What I'm very nervous about, Beef, is that they always do the live performance, right? Yeah. You've got no Chris Cornell. Like,
it's gonna be his daughter.
I worry about them fucking it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's very possible. Yeah.
We just watched the Fire Aid thing,
Nirvana,
and like the Nirvana thing, and I'll probably take some flack for this because people for some reason fucking love St. Vincent, but like I thought that was terrible.
Left a lot to be desired. The best one was Joan Jett. I felt Joan Jett.
I thought Joan Jett missed some lyrics though in territory.
Yeah, she did.
She did.
So
she's also 65 years old. So shut the fuck up.
MSS. I used to play that song. Like, that's how easy it is. Like, let's set a low fucking bar for that song. But yeah, I just worry like who they would actually get for that. I think the rest of the band is more than capable to sound amazing still. We know Matt Cameron's still fucking awesome.
Obviously.
So yeah, I obviously that's my number one. And I just am a little worried about the live performance, but the good thing is I've watched like 3 live Rock and Roll Hall of Fame performances in the last like 10 years. So,
maybe you won't see it. It won't be bad.
Maybe I won't even see it.
MSS, who do you got on this board? So give me a couple if you could.
I'm just going to go through it. All right. Bad Company, yes. Black Crowes, yes. Mariah Carey, yes. Chubby Checker, no. Joe Cocker, controversial, no. Billy Idol, no. Joy Division, New Order, yes. Cyndi Lauper, yes. Mana, I think Mana is like really big in Mexico.
Huge, yeah.
So they're going in. Oasis, go fuck yourself. Outcast, yes. Fish, yes. Soundgarden, because Therese is here, yes. The White Stripes, yes. Like, but like the reason with the White Stripes that I would say yes is because Jack White. I feel you know what? I don't even know if Jack White. Fuck no, White Stripes out. I don't like them. Not yet. Not yet.
Show me more.
So yeah, no, I'm not that. It's just like I think it needs more time. Like I got to figure it out. Like I don't know, man. Because I was looking at like Joe Cocker. Because I was listening. They did this on the Stern Show and they were talking about it. And like them old heads were just like, oh yeah, Joe Cocker. It's like, yeah, but he just sang the Beatles song. He sang it good, but does that fit into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I'm with you here. Like
that's
I think if your biggest song is a cover song, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's a good performance. Don't get me wrong, but we got to have some.
I know I'm hitting you. I'm hitting you right where the Limp Bizkit goes, but like
they're not doing that. But like, so like, but like, what's like a MLB equivalent for the Hall of Fame for like Billy Idol or Joe Cocker? You know what I mean? Like, is Mark Burley like the equivalent of Joe Cocker or Billy Idol? Like,
no, because Joe Cocker
really good records and good
Joe
music,
Cocker doesn't have like the longevity, right? Like you would think that the Joe Cocker's like what I mean, like I think he was releasing stuff in the 80s. Did anyone care? I don't know. And like so it seems like even a short shelf life too. We missed a drink real quick.
Oh hey, what's
first
up?
Bounces Gabriel. Tell my Sox story how he bought me my first beer.
Yep, I could do that.
Cheers. Not for $2, but yeah.
Johnny, come on, buddy. Johnny, you can't write songs like the Beatles, like we are just talking about with Joe Cocker, and then expect to get in the Hall of Fame. You just can't do it. I don't know. Oasis ain't there yet.
I never got that they were copycatting anybody. They sounded like just.
Here's what I
don't know.
Here's what I don't get, B.
You're trying.
Here's what I don't get is when someone goes, "You sound too much like the Beatles" as an insult. Like.
I want to back up here too because My Sox Summer put Bad Company in there. Why did you put Bad Company in there?
I like Bad Company.
Fuck Bad Company. I couldn't name one song.
Bad Company?
No, they have more than one song.
Bad Company. That's the only one I know.
You only know that song, but there's God damn it. But no, they have more. They have more hits than that.
MSS's ballad is in question because of Bad Company.
Yeah, I think it would. That's one that I'm like, I don't think.
Okay, here you go. Bad Company.
I would have said though, like,
hey, hold on.
I probably would have been like, cool. Hey, I'm making a point for you, motherfucker. Let me make a point. I probably
make it.
I probably would have also said like, Kool and the Gang shouldn't go in. And then like I'm watching the thing on them, I'm like, oh no, they had like 80 hits. I just forget. Like half of them I don't think that are Kool and the Gang songs. I just don't correlate. So maybe Bad Company is in that category. I think MSS is about to tell you.
Here you go. Here you go.
That's it.
Loaf. Bad Company, which is a song you know.
That's the one I know.
Oops. Can't get enough. Can't get enough of your love. You remember that? Feel Like Making Love. Great song.
I know that song. Yeah, I didn't know that was
Shooting Star.
Okay.
You know you're a shooting star.
I know that one too.
Fantasy.
Some more of that for
Come
me.
on, dude. That's 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
4,
now all right. MSS is
songs.
making a great point here. I do know these songs.
5 years.
Those songs fucking suck. I don't want them in.
Oh,
you know I was going there, Trees. I was thinking, okay, I'm hearing these songs. Yeah, there's a reason why Bad Company not in for me. Sorry, I can't do it.
Out of here.
I agree. I agree that Oasis feels borderline to me because they have a couple of great albums and real well-known albums, but because they broke up and just haven't had shit in a while, like you can't. They're not Sandy Koufax. I don't think they're really good, but I don't know if they're quite there. They need one more banger. I think. You know,
KMFDM.
Right. Where's KMFDM?
Getting crazy. Let's not get too.
Whoa! Let's not say things we
not
can't
get
take
too
back.
crazy. Sammy Davis says Ken W.O. loves Bad Company. End argument. Okay, we're fine there.
We're gonna have a group trip to Cleveland of MSS, Ken W.O. and Brewhan Luke to go see Bad Company get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I mean, I don't want to go.
Exciting
there.
times.
No.
It's good times.
No, I don't want to do that.
Beef, you got anything else for us? All right, we go. Oh, hold on, we got another drink.
Oh man.
He said, "Hello, Mr. Hand says, can we get MSS Sings Creed story time?" I don't know if that's a story, but I would love to hear him.
I've done it. I don't want to do it tonight, but I've done it.
All right. Well, MSS, other than singing some Creed for us,
25 minutes in. Here we go. So I told you guys a while ago that I bought a Michael Jordan autograph card at the thrift shop, and I promptly just set it to the side of all my stuff, and it didn't do anything with it, even though our friend Gene Kelly was like, go to my buddy and he'll tell you if it's real or not. Hey, what did you do with that card? And I got so many emails about this card, and as you can see, if you're watching the podcast, there it is, autographed. So finally, there's this group on Facebook, and it's called GOAT Signatures or GOAT Group or whatever, and they do only Michael Jordan and Tom Brady signatures. And they do a third-party authentication. And as I've learned, every Michael Jordan autograph out there is basically fake. Everything has been fake. So I was pretty sure that my $20 card was fake. But listen, I've put more than $20 on shitty parlays. So, and this had better odds of actually being real than, fucking Tennessee covering, during the college football playoffs or some shit. So it's like, hey, I'll just do this. And I tried it, and I send the guys a message finally the other day, and they're like, hey, it's a $10 fee. And I'm like, cool. So now I'm in for 30. And I was like, now it's starting to get a little bit questionable. Spent a little money, too much money to find out if this card's real. And I think he waited so long to get back to me because he wanted just to make sure that I got my $10 worth. So he waited like 10 minutes and came back. He's like, yeah, we all agree that it's not good. And I was like, oh, I'm like shocked. And I was like, what were the giveaways? Why is something, that you would see on here and you would stay away from? He's like, the whole formation of the autograph is totally wrong. And he's not wrong. It is. And then he goes, and it's really slow. And so I showed him a close up, and I'll tweet it later. But like, there's a close up of like where the markers like kind of like stopped and then goes up a little bit, and you're like, yeah, somebody was totally tracing and looking at the trace, and it just fucked up, and then gave it to their son or gave it to their cousin or whatever, and then I ended up with it. And they're like, they turned it in, so they put it in that little fucking thing. So if you were wondering, the Jordan card is a fake. It's not authenticated, but is available in my eBay shop for $165 if you want to buy it. So.
Wait. Is it really still at $165?
Oh, okay. No, I'm not going to sell it. It's going to get thrown away.
Well, no, don't throw this away.
I'll give it away.
Don't throw this away. If someone buys a ticket to the show, use the QR code up in the corner right now. Or go to 108.ing/Eve. You buy a ticket. Whoever buys the first ticket to the show tonight and just messages us, DM us, say, I bought the ticket. Here's the ticket. We'll have MSS send you that fucking card.
I'll send you the Jordan card in the plaque. You can hang this up in your house, bathroom, whatever you want to do.
I'll take it one step further. I will send whoever gets that. I will send them the $10 to go back to that group and ask again about it.
Those guys are really cool. So if you ever find something,
be like, hey, I think you guys might have seen this before, but I'm pretty sure it's real, and don't fuck with me.
You know what bums me out, though, is a lot of times they'll post a picture, and they'll be like, a member submitted this. Analysis, no good. Like, I think mine was so bad, they didn't even post that little post, was like, hey, member submitted, result, no good. So next up, though, we should do Beefloaf's Michael Jordan basketball that he has and see if that's legit.
So that's
because I've never seen that autograph.
From our guy Jerry says, please get MSS singing lessons. I don't know if $5 would cover it, but I'll see if Quarantine will give him one singing lesson for that $5.
Cheers.
So Aloha says this, and he says he has an authenticated JSA Jordan autograph. Dude, they have fake upper deck ones. They have fake everything. It is insanity with how much the Jordan stuff is faked. So I hope it's real. It probably is, but like even authenticated by upper deck, sometimes they fake that shit. There's so much money out there. It's just insane. But how you doing tonight, Charizi?
I'm doing good. I gotta tell you guys, and Beef, you're probably gonna be more interested in this than MSS, but I am fascinated by the Angels offseason.
Oh, baby.
It is one of the stranger things that I've seen happening in baseball in an offseason, because we could say that the Angels were an objectively bad team at the end of last year.
Yeah.
Yes.
The year before, they let Shohei Ohtani walk, right? They went in this offseason, and the first thing they did was trade for Jorge Soler. And I was immediately looking at that trade going, why are the Braves doing that? Are they trying to cut payroll? And also, why do the Angels want Jorge Soler? Like, what's the point of that with the team that they have? Now, I know Mike Trout's there. Mike Trout's coming back from injury, and there's questions of, like, where he's going to play. He might play a corner outfield position. I started looking at their projected lineup, and Tim Anderson is in the projected lineup.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
As a starter, non-roster invitee.
Well, they have Zach Nito
starting at there.
Some Marlins.
He's
hurt
right now.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
So, but I think he's going to be that's his spot. You know, like.
So if he comes back, this doesn't even change the number that I'm going to give you, Beef. Of the 13 guys that they got listed here, 8 of them were first-round picks.
What?
And then you still have, like, Yohan, who was tons of money thrown at him in international signing. They got, like, 1-1, Mickey Moniak. Remember Mickey Moniak?
Oh, yeah.
Got a little bit of life back in Philly.
Yeah, the Phillies,
And, so he's on the bench. My guy who I always – this guy was not a number 1 pick, but my guy who I'm always telling you, Beef, we got to get every time he goes on the waiver wire, J.D. Davis is on the team. We talked about
he was on 11 teams last year.
Joe Adele is still kicking around.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he didn't play too bad to end it last year.
Travis Darnaud is the backup catcher.
Yep.
Like, the team they have put together is strange. And then the Anthony Rendon thing has only added to it for me. Because you posted, Beef, what's a long-term hip surgery?
Yeah, that's what they put out there.
It was very poorly written. But all I could think is that, like, they're like, Anthony, we know you hate playing baseball. And we know you have a hip injury. According to us, and according to your doctor, and according to what we're going to write on this insurance claim form, that is a career-ending injury. What if they got out of that contract from Rendon, but not really got out of it, but the insurance company paid whatever
paid it off,
just like on those things, and they're like, you know what? We still got a little money to spend in this offseason. What else could they do? And like, I'm just watching them so closely because like Houston's not really doing shit, and Bregman just went to the Bo Sox, so like he's not even an option.
Yeah, no.
The A's are whatever, man. Like they spent some money this offseason because they were fucking forced at gunpoint to do it. The Rangers are still trying to compete, but they're being a little cheap too. Like
Seattle's decent too.
The Angels, they can't win this division. Like I refuse to believe they could win this division. And like,
but your thought is they could put Anthony Rendon down like a golden retriever with hip dysplasia and get the money back from the insurance company.
But like, I'm looking at what they've done this offseason, and I'm like, what's the goal? What are you trying to do? I don't understand it at all. Like I want to see all these moves and go like, oh, you know what? They got a team that's coming together here, but they're in a division where they should be able to spend the money to get through there and be a competitor in the division. And I'm looking at this team and I'm like, this team still fucking sucks.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. But let me ask you this though. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Wouldn't you rather have a team try and spend some money and try to put some decent players on the field instead of just bottom out? Just bottoming out all the time.
It's at least going to be enjoyable for the fans. You know, like they're going to get 70 wins, 75 wins, something like that. I'll take it. And they're not really
they'll get some.
There's no long-term money in here. Like they're just filling in all these gaps in like the weirdest ways possible. It's just like it's fascinating.
It's like they listened too much to some people on White Sox Twitter and they're like, well, the system was wrong, not the players. But completely didn't pay attention to Tim Anderson in Miami and didn't learn their lesson when they signed Johnny Cueto after he had a great year with the Sox and just like totally shit the bed when he was in Anaheim. So I don't know. It's weird. I also thought it was it's been entertaining though to watch all these people get signed and put on the same team. It's Chicago White Sox West out there. That's great.
Yeah, Caesar Sportsbook online has the over-under for victories for the Los Angeles Angels for 2025, 73. So they're right in the sweet spot right there where you guys are talking about 75 wins. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, you know what?
Let's have a below average team that everyone's gonna love. Let's do it.
I think you got it. I think you hit that nail on the head here, Beef. I gotta bet the Angels over. I gotta root for this. For
that mess.
Whatever this is, I gotta
get on the side.
I need a fucking piece of it. I gotta be in. with them.
Get in with them, baby. Let's go. Get some investment capital in there. How dare you?
Alex is correct. He went to Miami first, and then he went to Anaheim. He sucked in Anaheim 2023. So yeah.
Regardless, it was a beautiful tale, and I appreciate it. And you know you're in for some money.
I don't know.
You're in for some money on the Angels too once you sell that Michael Jordan. That's
absolutely.
I just put
yeah. You want to pay some bills for us there?
I would gladly pay some bills.
Are you ready to turn up the heat? We're bringing the fire with our newest and hottest menu item yet, Smokin' Hot Shrimp. We're taking 8 large shrimp, brined with Carolina Reaper powder, then lightly hand battered with Nashville hot seasoning. These shrimp are bold, fiery, and packed with flavor. So hot, they don't even need sauce, but we'll include one just in case you dare to dip. Of course, we're serving them up with a side of crispy fries and a soft roll, so you can pace yourself because trust us, you're going to need it. One bite of these blazing hot shrimp, and you'll know why they're called Smokin' Hot. All for only $14.99. Available at all locations. Think you can handle the heat? Stop by one of our 4 locations today and put your taste buds to the ultimate test. Order online at chicagoshrimp.com. Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp, serving the seafood you crave for 75 years.
That's right. It's time for This or That, your favorite game where me, my sock summer, goes over the things I sold on eBay and sees which one of the brothers can decide which one sold for more. That's a very hastily thrown together intro to This or That. We should probably have an actual intro, but fuck that.
Could it just be like Smash or Pass?
It could be.
This or that.
I thought you were just going to play the Smash or Pass intro and then we would do this or that.
We could do that later.
Smash or pass.
It's same thing, basically. It's all the same thing. So yeah, everybody, this is Smash or Pass. This is This or That. I sell stuff on eBay. I make a little bit of extra money selling stuff on eBay, which I promptly spend on alcohol and more than dogs at the ballpark. I have a bunch of items today. We have 11 matchups, and so we're gonna see what the boys go. We had a coin flip at the beginning of the show, and Beefloaf won, so he's going to go first. First up, an Adidas Kansas Jayhawks number 23 large game fit sewn authentic football jersey versus a Joliet Jackhammers / Joliet Speedway Racing Bases, which was a charity softball game autograph shirt. Now, there's an actual NASCAR driver. There's a NASCAR guy that signed it. I don't remember who it was. And then there's one that's unidentified. And then the other one is Big John. What's his Big John something? Who's a media personality in Chicago.
I don't know what MSS is talking about right now.
Just tell me what it is. Just tell me what it is. It's an autograph, a softball shirt. And versus a Kansas Jayhawks football jersey.
Every autograph was like Costanza saying his favorite chess player. It's like Big John
Big John Hauser.
I'm gonna say, how come I have to go first on the first one when MSS's mouth's still frozen and I don't know what the fuck these things are? Put that image back up there. I got questions.
Hold on. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to because I know somebody's gonna be like, hey, it's so and so. It's a media guy. I don't know why this. There we go.
Okay, what size is that T-shirt?
It's a size. Everything's a size large. Jersey's a large, and the T-shirt's a large. Well, it's the way the picture is.
I don't know. I mean, football jerseys have a certain baseline of value, but that T-shirt is so stupid and fucked up, and you don't even know who signed it, and that's the one that earned the money. You have no clue even who signed. Oh, you probably knew at some point when you looked up and listed it, but you've forgotten by now. Yeah, you don't know. It doesn't matter. You just made that name.
It's Big Ben how.
I'm gonna pick the T-shirt just because it's fucked up. You didn't know half the signatures and any of the shit about it. That's the big money maker right there.
So what are you picking?
The T-shirt that I've said 6 times.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
We're off to a roaring start.
I mean, I just to go
Bring the shit out of your mouth.
I'm gonna go with the jersey because I'm gonna say that MSS did a very bad job of describing the shirt in his post. And like, there's probably a very valuable autograph on there that he sold for less than the Michael Jordan autograph.
Valuable people do not go to Joliet. I'll just say that. That's just what
wow, huge.
Well, they don't come in on purpose. So the Kansas Jayhawk jersey sold for $19.99.
There we go.
The Joliet Jackhammers Racing the Bases autograph shirt sold for $20. So for a penny, Beef Loaf takes the first hit.
Fuck yeah, I do.
1 cent.
Trezo,
My 1 cent.
You are up
Fucking
next.
bullshit.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
I have a Kalen Lunker Grub soft plastic fishing bait, pack of 10. Okay. So those are what you put on a fishing rod to go try to catch some. All right, good. Versus a vintage Chicago White Sox 1991 button. So you got fishing bait or a White Sox button.
So the fake lures or
or the fake button. Look how that button looks.
That button fucking sucks.
Is it sun fried or what? Why is it? It looks weird.
Also, it looks like it's like uneven around the edges.
No, even
like,
the letters, like the number,
it
the
makes
91 looks ridiculous.
It makes the S look fucked up. The way
it's old time, man. Like this was like before, like you could do everything, you know.
The lures were stolen from Henry's in 1980.
Before buttons were made. I'm going to say that button went for like $3. So I'm going to say that the $4 lures are the winner.
Okay. Loaf, what you got? What you doing?
Motherfucker, Teresi picked the winner. I'll take the bullshit button just to be contrarian, but I know we got the right one. Fuck.
So, okay.
Fuck that stupid button.
So who picked? Teresi picked the lures. All right. Yeah. So the fishing lures went for $9.99, and I recently fucked up in my eBay account, and I started doing prices like 99 cents, $4.99, $9.99, $14.99, all that. I changed the pin over to $4.99 and forgot to update the shipping. So there was some actual shipping. So I sold this for $4.99, but it cost me $6 to ship. So I'm out $1. So in this tag, so in my fees. So I
Billy Wires is right. I just got Jimmy Houston. Fuck! I knew the fucking lures were right. Hey, God damn it!
You should play to win. Play to win. So it's tied up 1-1.
Coward.
Let's get a couple.
Go ahead. Here. Yeah, go ahead.
We got so popular. Trey was like Joey Gallo redemption tour. Cheers. Yes,
probably not, but maybe
we might talk about him later.
Potentially,
allegedly, and potentially.
And then Sammy Davis Jr. says, "Tell MSS to take the sand out of his fallopian tubes and say what he refused to post today." Hey, you know what? I'm gonna help you out.
Hang on. Hashtag Jupe Cologne in there.
Jupe. That's a beef loaf. That's a beef loaf. Early 20s.
Oh, I'll spritz up with some fucking Jupe.
Man, I would love to smell some Jupe about right now. Let's see how that smells.
Quick side note. We're at. I forgot what we were in Vegas for. Beef. It might have been my 30th birthday, and our buddy Pete was there, and like he came out of the bathroom and was like, "Pat, they got Jupe Cologne in there for you."
He was eager to tell me that.
Yeah, I mean, just don't watermark pictures of people who are dying. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes. Like if you're gonna post a picture of somebody and say you should really help this guy out and do whatever, don't be follow my shitty podcast or follow my shitty blog on Facebook in the background. I know this man's dying, but please give me a like on Facebook, which I will get nothing for. So I appreciate that. All right, number 3. Loaf, you're up.
Beautiful.
We have a vintage 1990s Adidas windbreaker versus a Freedom Industries camouflaged hooded jacket.
Oh wow, man! Normally my instinct would be to go for the Adidas windbreaker. Mm-hmm. However, the camo stuff, like the hunting stuff and all that shit, feels like it's coming back. It's reviving. So I'm gonna take the camo. I'm going camo.
So you're saying the prepper jacket is probably more important than the Adidas windbreaker?
I don't know that it's more important. I would prefer the windbreaker myself, but I think it's sold for more. Is what I'm saying.
Chorizo, your thoughts?
Yeah, this is tough because white people love camo, but they also love vintage bullshit.
That's true.
And so I'm just gonna go Oppo because Beef went with the camo. I'm gonna go with the Andre Agassi jacket over here.
Well, Andre Agassi was Nike, so he was not Adidas, but it's a very nice Adidas jacket. I think it was like probably around the time that they had the Atlanta Olympics, but whatever. So the Adidas 1990s windbreaker, $27.50. The Freedom Industries camouflage hooded jacket, $49.99.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, bought that jacket back on the mean streets of Sterling, Illinois.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, what happened there? What was that?
Bought the jacket in the mean streets of Sterling, and it sold almost immediately upon me listing it, making me think I probably should have charged $89.99, and I did not. But anyway, no big deal. Okay, Treasy, your chance to tie right here. You're up first. A lot of 42 Chicago Cubs pockets, guys.
The Cubs thing
versus a Chicago White Sox MLB baseball logo that's just an iron-on that you can put on the sleeves.
I'm gonna say the Cubs stuff by $50.
Loaf.
How come Teresi gets all the goddamn giveaway March of Dimes shit where it's real obvious which one's the winner? And I got to take the fucking iron-on bullshit. I wish I iron that shit on your big fat forehead for this one.
All right. Well, the lot of 42 Chicago Cubs pocket schedules, $15.99. The Chicago White Sox logo iron-on, $14.99. So he only beat you by $1. It was still pretty close.
Unbelievable. It was that close.
It's $1. So the guy, I've had these.
Are you still laughing at the person that bought the iron-on logo for $15?
The guy sent me a message. He was like, "Hey man, you think you could take $15.99 for these schedules?" And I was like, "This has been up for like a year and a half." Absolutely. Same with the Julia shirt racing shirt. The guy was like, "Hey, you think you'll take $20 for this?" I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, send me the $20." Please.
Would you take $16 for this thing that anyone else would have thrown out?
MSS even spent $60 driving to Orland Park to drive it to his house.
No, fuck you. Fuck you. That story
right to the country club.
That has been
those schedules cost him $22 to ship though. He's
so many lies.
He's really mathing up this game here.
Fucking Tom Ricketts of eBay.
It's breaking even.
Just trying to break even.
We're just doing it for the love of the sale.
Just trying to break even. Beef Loaf, you're up.
Beautiful.
It's a battle of the hats, my friend.
Ooh.
We have a Lund, which is a boat company. Lund is a boat manufacturer. Lund Boats. It is the official Owners Club hat, which is a red and gray. It's a strap back. It's not a snapback. It's a strap back. Versus a rare adult Aldi Gear 2023 stocking cap. So you have the Lund Boats official Owners Club hat versus a very rare Aldi Gear beanie stocking cap.
He's giving you the very rare beef.
I know, and that I know. I hate that because that's the one I wanted to pick because that's the one I like better. But you know my rule. If I would wear it or if I would use it, it definitely went for the lower price. It is not the thing that is in that anyone fucking wants. So I'm gonna go with the Lund hat, and that's my final answer.
All right. Chorizy, are you going to go Oppo? Or are you going to...
What's underneath the Lund hat there? It's got like a butthole down there.
It's a Frankenstein blow mold.
I didn't say it wasn't abused, Beef. I just said it was there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That thing's probably worth like $100. That's the weird thing about it.
I'll take fucking Gilligan's hat over there. The Aldi,
The Aldi beanie.
bullshit. Yeah.
Okay.
He wishes he was dressed that good. Shit. That's the shit I would wear. Before you sell another hat like that, MSS for $9.99. I can't wait till you tell me it's $8.99 or some bullshit. Sell it. Give it to me. Yeah, give me that hat. All right.
You beef. You don't know what you just. You don't know what you just opened up for yourself.
I like when MSS gives me weird shit. Okay, I'll wear it too. Remember, I was wearing the cat shirt or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I think I've donated it since, but I got a couple wears out of these. Yeah, I've got a couple.
Golden shirt with all the golden girls on it. You wear that?
I wore that out into the ground. Yeah,
you know, and I love stuff.
I like it. I like everything about me.
I love my DePaul socks, but the thing that annoyed me, for like months was MSS. Every time he'd find like some bullshit soccer jersey at the thrift store, he'd be like, he'd come over, because this is when we're still doing the podcast in person. He'd come over and he'd be like, "Oh, I saw this. I thought of you. I had to get it." And thinking back on it, I never wear those types of shirts. I don't like those types of shirts. They don't fit me well. I never wear them. So all he was saying was, "Hey, you're Mexican. Here's a shirt."
Yeah, he was.
Not
Glad
true.
you noticed that
You
racialism.
You kept telling me how good of a soccer player you were, and I was like, I think you like soccer jerseys.
Jackie Trier says,
I was a good soccer player.
Jackie Trier says, sad to see the Slimer costumes for sale. MSS on hard times?
It is. It is for sale. The Slimer costume is definitely for sale.
Here.
So the
my ticket star show, so MSS has had to move by his house.
Yeah, please. I will
You want him to get evicted?
We're definitely getting evicted if we don't sell enough tickets to the opening day Eve show.
Please buy some so MSS can afford some of this fine wine.
Yeah, we're doing.
How is the Nighthawk treating you? You seem like you're doing good on this Nighthawk.
It's fine. It's it. You know what it reminds me of, beef. What was that? I can't think of the brand, but we used to get the Shiraz of it when we were doing like a party or something. We get a case and it was like $50 for a case. Now it wasn't Barefoot.
Was that like Yellowtail or something?
No, it was like the one with like the diamond on it. But regardless,
yeah,
it's like
Yellowtail.
It's that level of
okay.
It's like it's a table wine. And you know what?
Yeah,
I'm here for it. Me and
table wine's fine, baby.
Hand on it. You put your hand on it. You're like, you're okay.
me and Bonabox, we're good.
You embraced it.
I'm giving it a little little rub on on its head right now. It's very, very good boy. This is also, I could lean on this shit if I get tired. If we go 3 hours, I could just be like leaning at the end of the show. I kind of love this thing. Maybe
which you will be.
I can't wait for the next box of wine next week.
Some people need a cat. Some people need a dog. Treasy just needs a bottle of or a box of cheap wine. He's fine. All right, so let's get back to the game. We have the Lund Boats hat versus the Aldi beanie. The Lund Boats hat, official Owners Club hat, $29.99. The rare Aldi gear beanie stocking cap from 2023, $9.99. The Loaf took that one.
That's right. What the price and everything?
You said $8.99. You were right there. You were right on it.
So Loaf, I don't know if I have another one of those, but if I have one, I will give you.
I'll give you $10 for it. I would wear it.
You can have it for cost. I think it was $4.99. I think I made $4 on that.
I'm getting fucked up here. Give me another easy one.
Next, this is in your wheelhouse, so you should do well. We have a Pearl Jam 10 Club Deep magazine from 2016. It was the tour issue. The fun thing about this one was if you opened it up, there was a stencil in there that you could spray paint your tour case with what they spray painted on their
cool.
instrument stuff. So it was very cool. Never used, so I put it up there as not used. Versus a lot of the Pearl Jam 10 Club singles. There's 345 7-inch records. Lot. So
Hello.
we have three
7 inches allegedly.
Or the Deep Tour Issue magazine.
So MSS, I see some guitar picks. Is that just a picture of guitar picks?
Yes, that's
that was not
like,
actual guitar picks.
No, that was like Wildflowers by Tom Petty, covered by Pearl Jam or Eddie on 7-inch.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go with the records. I feel like the 7 inches are much more collectible than the other
Deep
thing
magazine.
Yeah, just because like I get like the stencil's cool, especially if like you're in a band or if you want to like frame that and put it up or something. But vinyl, that just seems like it's gonna win each time. So I'm gonna go with the vinyl.
Well, that's a potential.
Okay,
Loaf,
so
are you going oppo, or are you just gonna try to block them?
I mean, this is the first one where I feel like my opposite pick has got a fighting chance, because if the magazine was specific to their club, and that was a get in and get whatever time, right?
I thought both of them were specific.
They're both
They
our
both
10
are?
club thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, that all right. That clouds it a little bit. Although I hear you about the collectability of records, Treasy, but the magazines, there are probably even less of them that are in decent shape out there. So if you're really looking for that shit, they're probably a little rarer. I'm gonna go magazine still. I'm gonna stick magazine.
All right. So the Pearl Jam Deep magazine from 2016, which is really nice and very fun, and it's, if you like Pearl Jam, there's a lot of good
I
stuff.
lost it here.
$9.99.
Yeah, that's super cool.
The lot of 3 7-inch vinyl records, $29.99. So Chorizo tied it up.
Yeah,
It's
these both
3-3.
seem shockingly low.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of it, out there. So I guess that's why I needed to get the shit out of my house. That's what I was focused on.
Hey, we're not hating on you, baby. I'm just saying,
I'm not hating on your game. I'm just saying,
yeah.
like, people talk about Pearl Jam like they fucking love them. Apparently, they don't.
No,
Well,
that's weak.
there's a lot
titties,
of there's a lot of cheap guys in the Pearl Jam stuff too.
Hey,
So we're
take it easy.
going-
Don't call any people by name here, okay?
We're
Oh,
We're
man.
tied
that
up.
ain't right.
We got a tied up game. We're 3-3
We
right
do.
now. We're going into number
And
7.
we picked correctly, Treasy. Each of our turns, we picked correctly 6 in a row now.
We have this is for you, Beef Loaf. You're
Wait a
first.
second. Wait a second. I've seen you wear these.
The one
You are
that
correct.
MSS's balls have been in is worth
Here's
more.
here's the deal, Treasy. Let me just name them, and then I'll tell you what happened.
Uh-oh.
So we have a brand new vintage Bugle Boys men's long sleeve polo versus a men's size XL Budweiser swimming trunks. Now, Treasy, you have pointed out that you've seen me in these, and you have. You've seen me in these and a pair that I also am selling, which are Pabst Blue Ribbon ones that look he's almost exactly the same, but to say Pabst Blue Ribbon on them. When we had 108 weight loss, I lost a lot of weight. I cannot wear these anymore. They will fall off. And I don't need everybody seeing my digits, the beans and Frank. I don't need none of that.
How many dicks you got down there? Got another fucking hand?
Man.
Well, my unit. I think that's what I meant to say was unit.
It's not a digit.
My units. My unit.
You heard about the guy with 5 penises? His pants fit like a glove.
Me too. Man, you guys would know if I had 5 dicks by now, I would think. You're like, yo, I gotta
Let me
check
put
this
this
out.
back up here. So,
Bugle Boy shirt, brand new.
Yeah.
Guys, they got the tags on it.
yeah.
Versus a Budweiser swim trunks.
Yeah, the
size XL.
Budweiser lightly used swim trunks, I think are going to be my choice. I just feel like they jump off the page here, and I think a lot of people would want the, especially the political climate we're in. Budweiser's back in, and so certain people might pay a little extra for those Budweisers.
They forgot that they like the trans, and they're like, hey, let's get back in on this. All right, so you're going to go with the trunks, chorizo. You're going to go Oppo, or you're going to go to the trunks?
Now, MSS, in the write-up for this,
Yeah.
Did you mention that your filthy balls?
No.
Okay, so that's
are
probably a
listed
point
as
in the
used,
favor. In the favor of the Budweiser. I'm gonna go just to be
It loses value. What are you talking
just to
about?
be opposite. Just to be opposite.
It's like breaking in a baseball glove, man.
That's true.
Broken in shorts. He said salchicha in there already. They're broken in. No worries.
Might have
This is
wrecked the fit, though.
for guys with BWC only. So that makes the crowd smaller. I'm gonna go with the Bugle Bugle
Boy
Boy shirt.
Yeah.
Just to match my jeans.
So the new vintage Bugle Boys long sleeve polo, which has been in my basement for about 4.5 years, finally sold when I lowered the price down to $9.99.
I think we got a winner.
The Budweiser men's swim trunks sold for $14.99.
Booyah!
Loaf is up 4-3.
Baby.
Chorizo, you're first on this next one, though. And this might be a good one for you. We have a Herschel Pop Quiz, they call it, backpack versus a size 13 New Balance all-weather boots that have been in my basement for about 6 years before I decided to list them on eBay.
Are they used or
They are used? Yes,
they're used.
Used, and the Herschel backpack I listed as used, but it looked new. But I did say it's used too, but did say it had hardly any wear on it. And the New Balance boots, there was some damage on the back, but it was disclosed.
I feel like people pay like an insane amount for backpacks. Like I feel like that's a market that I'm unaware of because I've used the same backpack for like 5 years. And it was,
Well, you're not in school anymore.
I use it for work, but like I don't know why they're so expensive. I'm gonna go with the backpack just because I think because the shoes are used and probably a little beat up. The backpack people, I don't know, they'll pay a lot for those fucking things. So I'm gonna go backpack.
All right, Loaf. You gonna go Apple? Or you gonna go
I agree with his philosophy here.
Assessment
that the backpack people do pay a lot for these backpacks. However, I don't know if the secondhand backpack goes the same way, Treasy. I think brand new backpacks are expensive as fuck, but I don't know if the already. Whereas the shoes, I think, can hold up in value, and especially at bigger sizes. Like 13 is a substantial size. And I don't think there are probably not a lot of those available. And if that shoe's out of print or whatever, and it's a particularly durable one, so I'm going to go shoe. I think the shoe has the potential here.
All right. Well, the Herschel Pop Quiz backpack, Treasy, sold for $39.99. The New Balance all-weather boots, size 13, sold for $29.99.
Oh, I thought I had
Snuck that one out. Snuck that one out.
Tied up at 4-4. Now, I'll say this. People, if you buy stuff on eBay and the seller makes a mistake like I did when listing these, I listed them as a size 14. The picture showed size 13. But the guy who sent me a message and goes, hey, I was really upset to receive these, and they were size 13, not size 14 as advertised. I say, you are correct. I made the mistake. I go, please request the return. I will send you a shipping label, ship them right back to me, and I'll refund your money 100%. I'm even paying for return shipping because I fucked up, and I know I fucked up. I feel bad. Fucking crickets from this guy. He doesn't even respond. It's like, you know what he was doing? He's fishing for a response. He's fishing for a refund. He's like, just give me the money, and I don't do nothing. That's not how the MSS works, motherfucker. That's not how I work. I can resell these again for $30 again. I'll do it. I will do it. It will happen. But he refused to send me a refund. He used to put it in as a refund, like make the refund start. And so fuck him. Refund. He has to keep these. He can go to hell.
Tracy.
How those Mike guys going?
John Carney says, grass stains on the New Balance footwear instantly increases the value. That was my thought. Exactly. Exactly right. HBIC says MSS's basement must look like Brandon Johnson's gift room.
It does. A lot of
far less valuable gifts, but yes.
Yes. Not as much fun. All right. Loaf, you're up first. We got a autograph.
That's a tough one.
USA football jersey, size large, versus an Illinois State Redbirds game used jersey. So we have the football jersey from the USA.
Who's the autograph?
I have no idea.
I love the touting the autograph. I have no clue who it is.
His name is Barnhart. It was Barnhart number 4. And I must have I've spent a lot of hours trying to look up who this is.
Yeah.
Could not find out who it was.
USA football, too.
USA football. It's a really nice jersey.
The famous Olympic football team. That's Beef. I'm glad you're first.
I was gonna say, this is another tough one. Fuck. Jesus Christ. I feel like when you have done like random college football jerseys on here. Not a mainstream college. Like Illinois State is like a bullshit college when it comes to football, right? No offense against anyone who went to Illinois State. But Illinois State is not like like you had Kansas a little while ago, or if you had like a Big Ten school or whatever. Illinois State is a bullshit school compared to them. When you have a bullshit school football jersey, it sells for way the fuck more than I would ever think it would be. So I'm going to go with the Illinois State jersey against my better judgment.
Okay. Trezo, you going to go Oppo, or are you going to just like...
You know what?
Try to block him.
I'm a pretty big fan of Tucker Barnhart's football career and his 4 touchdown game in the Seoul Olympics.
Carry no
great football action in that Olympics. So I'm going to go with the USA football jersey.
Okay,
and I'll say it went for $700.
Yes.
So the USA football jersey, very nice jersey, amazingly nice. I think I purchased it because I was like, oh shit, it's autographed. I can figure out who that is and sell it for a good profit probably. That sold for $19.99 after sitting in my basement for about 4 years. The Illinois State Redbirds game used jersey sold, I think, about 2 years after I bought it for $99.99.
Oh my god!
So, yeah. And I think I took a bath. I probably should have got $150 for that ISU jersey, but hey, listen, if somebody's trying to give me $100, I'm going to take it. I think I spent $20 on it. So
I see my guy Luke saying they're an FCS playoff contender every year. No one cares. All right, no one watches FCS. No one's watching FCS playoffs. Even you, Bruhan Luke, you're not watching the shit either. That's what I meant. The bullshit jersey, Treasy. Can you believe it? Fucking bullshit ass Illinois State jersey. $100, and he's like, I should have got $150. You kidding me?
All right, boys.
Unbelievable. I don't get it.
There's very few things and very few times that you can actually witness history, and we are witnessing history right now.
Hell yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. I'm going to play this. Oh, shit. How did that happen? All right, let's play. Oh.
I don't know what's happening.
Hey, Loft, play the drum roll.
Oh, you got it, baby.
You play the drum roll. Introducing for the three-way. Okay.
Jesus.
We're at 2 points. It's a 2-point three-way challenge. I'm going to give you 3 products. Whoever guesses the right one gets 2 points. So, Chirizi, you're up first on this one.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, that's right.
Yep. That's correct.
First item. Toy Story Buzz Lightyear surfboarding bobblehead. Next up, Northern Illinois University football mascot bobblehead. Or Chicago Blackhawks Pierre Polite defenseman bobblehead. Which one of those 3 sold for the most money?
This Pierre guy looks like he's 57 years old, so I'm going to guess that he's not an important player. So it's Disney against right again, beef the small college, right? Like the small college.
But NIU is more known, so yeah. It might wear away some of the effect, like
beat the team that was competing for the national championship.
Yeah, they beat Notre Dame, and they've had good teams, and they're Division I. So
Yeah.
But I'm guessing
Iowa.
Pierre Polite, he was born in 1931, Treasy, if that helps. I don't know if it does.
Yeah.
Not still playing, by the way. Just in case you were wondering. He is not an active player right now, but born in 1931.
Okay, so maybe maybe something there if he's a former player, and that's the bit there. I'm gonna guess the Disney one. There's a billion of them. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go with the 100-year-old hockey player.
Okay.
Wow.
Pierre. He's going with Pierre. Loaf. It's the 2-point three-way challenge, buddy. Who you picking?
It's tough.
Victory Husky or Pierre?
I agree with Treasy. There are a million Buzz Lightyears out there, but I'm going to go with Buzz Lightyear. I just feel like Buzz Lightyear is the best looking one out of these. I think it's the most marketable one.
Oh, folks. The first time ever in the history of this or that. The 2-point three-way challenge. The Toy Story Buzz Lightyear bobblehead, $14.99.
Fuck.
The Northern Illinois University football mascot bobblehead, Victor E. Husky, $50. The Chicago Blackhawks.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna clip that later.
What did you
did
say?
not come out as good as I wanted it to. The Chicago Blackhawks, Pierre Polite, defenseman bobblehead, $24.99. Neither one of you has guessed the actual answer. The score is still 5-4. P-Flow.
Ridiculous.
I can't believe you guys fucked that up. I thought that was a good one.
Victor E. Husky. I talked you out of it.
Husky.
I talked you out of the Huskies. Like,
$50 for that guy. That's a good one.
man,
That's a good one.
That's
That's
a
fun
good
one.
Did
All
you
right,
save any of those
last
for yourself, MSS? You have any of those?
Fuck yeah.
No?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Just making sure.
I had plenty. We had a bunch of people going to the game, and they all gave me theirs because I paid for their ticket. It was very nice of me. Oh wow!
Yeah, comments are all over the place right now.
Can't wait till later. I thought I was gonna get the Cosmopolitan down tonight. Not happening. Not happening.
My ties will get you, baby. It will get you.
It's sneaking up on me. All right, last up, Chorizo. You are not first. Loaf is first on this one.
Yep.
Right? Yeah,
I'm first.
Right.
Yeah. Last one. I'm first.
Okay. It is a Big Bird Build-A-Bear. Build-A-Bear is where you go and you make your own little guy. So it's a nice premium item. Yeah. Versus a 2015 Pokemon Pikachu plush from Tommy. So do you want the Big Bird or do you want the Pikachu?
That's a tough one
Or
here.
Pikachu. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't need to pronounce it to spell it, right? Isn't that from fucking
Now explain the Build-A-Bear thing with Big Bird here. How does the Build-A-Bear work?
I think you go into the Build-A-Bears and they give you the skin of the stuffed animal, and then they shove a bunch of stuffing in it.
You stuff it, or they stuff it, or
I think they stuff it, but you watch them stuff it.
You skin it, and then
and
then they stuff it. It's a live Big Bird when you get there.
Yep.
Let me get this straight. You pull, I suck.
You kill, butcher, and skin the Big Bird, and then they taxidermy it for you.
I was trying to determine if there's any inherent extra value of the Build-A-Bear situation here, because
it costs like listen, Loaf. I'll just say this.
I know it's like kind of expensive ordeal, but like secondhand would it have any like
very expensive
additional
the
value?
Build-A-Bear.
No, yeah, no, I've
probably
heard of the thing.
When you go to the Build-A-Bear, it's probably like $40 to get the Big Bird. Okay, it's like $40.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that it's sold for $40. So
very plain looking that Big Bird. All right. Oh man, this puts me in a tough spot here. I'm gonna go with the Big Bird. I'll go Build-A-Bear.
You going with the Big Bird? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I like the Build-A-Bear thing, but I'm losing, so I gotta go different. And I like my biggest concern here is that according to our guy Gabriel, that's not Pikachu. So I worry that MSS misrepresented this and sold it at a discount because someone knew that they are getting something different. But I'll go with the Pokemon character.
He's actually correct. It is the Pulse or Pulsal or whatever the fuck. Yes, Gabriel is correct. That's who that is. I didn't think that anybody in our comments would know that this is
a Pokemon expert.
Multiple people called you out.
Did they really?
People, yeah, Baloney too.
Oh, well,
big Pokemon guy apparently.
All right, sorry, dorks. Yeah. So anyway.
So I'm taking that. I'm taking the Pokemon.
You're taking that. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? God damn it! Why does this keep? Something just keeps like popping up on my screen. The Big Bird Build-A-Bear sold for $4.99. The Pokemon Pulse or whatever Pikachu plush $19.99. We're ending in a tie. It's a tie game. Chorizi and Beef Loaf both tie because neither of them got the three-way.
I feel like I won 5.5 to 5 because I got the higher ranked one, in the round of 3. But
That is true. So
I'll leave it as a tie.
Yes.
I'll leave it as a tie. I'll leave it.
How
As a tie.
about this?
We didn't get
We'll
Victor E. Husky, so we
screwed up.
We both fucked
So
up.
we should do this next time. 2 points if you pick the right one. 1 point you get if you get the higher version. So that's good. So all right. So everybody, that was this or that. I mean, yeah, no, it is this or that, not smash or pass.
You want to pay some bills?
Oh, buddy, it's a lot of talking from me. You know what I mean? But yes.
I can tell you all the reasons why Mazda of Orland Park is the best place to buy your next car, but why not let an actual customer tell you about their experience? 10 stars. Showroom was immaculate. No hard sell tactics, no hurried sales pitch, very positive experience. Eric and John were professional, courteous, knowledgeable, and have outstanding customer service skills. Highly recommend this dealership. Want more? Here you go. Excellent customer service from the moment I stepped out of my car and up to the waiting room. Car was serviced and washed in half the time promised. Would highly recommend that Mazda owners consider going to Mazda of Orland Park for their next maintenance check and service. Mazda of Orland Park, home of the Zoom Zoom Nation. 8910 West 159th Street, Orland Park. 708-444-3200. Zoom Zoom.
I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing. I can't stop laughing about the new hockey team in town. But let's do some White Sox talk, fellas. Let's Beef. You had some questions you want to ask us. Why don't you fire away?
Fantastic.
Actually, I have questions I want to ask you, Treasy. My Sox number can take a lap for now. Very quickly, the White Sox signed Michael A. Taylor. I don't know why he needs to use the A. He's not like Michael B. Jordan. I don't know of another Michael Taylor that plays baseball. They signed him for $1.95 million. He's a journeyman. He'll be 34 this year at the White Sox. Question for you, Treasy, about this signing. Do you think the signing forecasts a near-term Luis Robert trade?
I don't think it does. So
Why can't I answer these questions? I don't understand that.
No, I'm asking Treasy.
So
yeah, I got it.
I think where this is interesting to me, looking at Michael A. Taylor, because Michael A. Taylor's one of those guys, Beef, like every year, you're coming down to this. We've got a shitty team, right? Yep. We know that they're not going to do anything. They got to fill in. They got to fill in some actual human players. And I always look at a guy like Michael A. Taylor and go like, guy plays defense. You know he's going to be solid in center field. That's a valuable guy, and maybe he runs into a few home runs.
Yep.
Just sign him. It's going to be cheap. And then like the Pirates sign him for like $12. And you go like, oh, the Sox could have done that. Yeah. So they did it this year. They kind of did it last year with my Sox Summers guy, Paul DeYoung.
Hell yeah. That worked
out. And
I
was going to jokingly say these are similar guys to a guy like what Joey Gallo is now, where you know he could still play defense. He can't hit, but he might run into 20 home runs. Just like 2 years ago, Michael A. Taylor ran into 20 home runs. Paul DeYoung last year hit a bunch of home runs.
Yep.
Now with DeYoung, they kind of fucked up because they wanted the defense and maybe run into some home runs, and they got no defense.
I was going to say, defense was bad.
They ran into home runs.
He got the home runs, though.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, I look at this thing, and I think a lot of people will look and say, like, either Luis is getting traded or, hey, why are you taking the reps from these young kids? These are reps for Chris Getz. When this team, if this team is ever good, you're going to need to fill in all the edges of this team. Learn about it now. Figure out what you can scout, what you can work with. When a guy comes into your team, what can you have them do? Like where do they fit? Where do you know that, okay, I can scout this type of player. I know that what I'm getting, and we'll see how it plays out in the season. You have to do this a lot. And Rick Hahn was terrible at it. Just
absolutely
awful at it. Yeah. So I'm all for Getz getting reps on this. Would I rather them be the Angels? Yes.
We were the Angels.
Yeah, exactly.
But we've already been down that
They're
road.
morphing into us, exactly.
Yeah, like let's change.
The Angels are the Kenny years White Sox. So I have an affinity for them. But at the end of the day, like I think something like this is just, we don't have any center fielders other than Luis. And Luis, I love him, but I don't count on Luis to play 150 games.
Yeah.
And we got to go to these games and watch him, guys. I don't want to watch little Dominic Fletcher out there playing center field. And I don't
legs. And
I don't want him passing Michael Tachman off as a center fielder. So yeah, Michael A. Taylor, fine. But I don't think it means that Luis is going anywhere immediately. Like I don't think that I'm in the camp of like Luis is around for a while. Like I don't think that he's immediately out of here. But you know what? If Luis has to DH a few times and he has to play right field a little bit, and we get 140 games out of him, or we get all the way up to the trade deadline and we trade him, like I'd like to see Luis as much as possible, and I'd like to see him not get hurt. So like if this helps with that, I'm in.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the thought process there. So your assumption is here. When you look at the usage then of Michael A. Taylor, do you expect him to take some reps from Luis's DH? Do you expect him to take some reps from Andrew Benintendi in left field and have Benintendi DH?
How do you think a lot of reps from Benintendi. In fact, I think Josh Nelson said this first in the ether, but like Benintendi DHing feels like a thing. Like I feel like you're going to see that more often than not.
Even though Venable said there's not going to be a set DH. It's going to be a rotating spot.
Oh, yeah. It's totally going to be a rotating thing, and Benintendi rotates in there quite a bit because he can't play the field anymore.
Right. Yeah, it's tough with the glove. Appreciate that. All right. On to the next thing. Kai Busch is getting Tommy John surgery, Treasy. Now, it's an unfortunate thing for a pitcher. You lose an entire year. Obviously, the recovery takes a while. Most guys return from this. However, do you think it's possible he's getting a little bit lucky in this spot in the fact that a bunch of guys are going to be plying their trade, trying out here, and he's going to still be on the sideline and have his audition come later? Or do you think that 2025 is the best year for the audition and this is totally fucked for this poor bastard?
I actually kind of feel bad for him here. So I get what you're saying, that the herd's going to thin itself over the next, but
right, you're going to have decisions on people by the end of this year, or at least ideas of directions on a bunch of these guys who are going to run through here.
I hope.
But the problem is that of any position where there's guys right behind you, it's this one. Schultz and Smith are right there, right? I mean, like they're pushing up behind you. You've got like Mason Adams, you got Grant Taylor. Like there's a bunch of guys that are coming up behind that, right? Like so. I don't think the herd thins that much. I look at this, and the other thing I'm looking at here is the Sox have 14 starting pitcher spots to fill, right? Because you got a rotation in the majors, one in AAA and one in AA. Yep. And I don't think they have enough to do it right now. Even if you bring up Schultz and Smith, Busch being out, it hurts in terms of that. They need a couple more guys. They need a couple more guys. And it even if it's journeyman, right? Like even if you bring in like or like take a chance on someone like Spencer Turnbull that they might turn it around. Right? Like because you have to fill all those spots, and there's too many guys with reliever risk in there. Like Iriarte and Nastrini, to me, high reliever risk on both of those guys.
But wouldn't those guys be just fine then pitching in Charlotte? I mean, that's not you don't have reliever risk there. So like, no, that's you're talking about filling all the things. So you're okay, you know.
They fill in there, right? Yeah, but like then you go down to AA, and you're thin there. But a guy like Iriarte, a guy like Nastrini, I don't want to force them up. I don't want to force Jake Eater up into the majors to get destroyed if he's not ready to go there. Yep. You need to fill in a couple like veterans or something now. Because I think Kai Busch is one of those guys where you kind of felt like he's pretty close. You could just
You just throw him up
there. You got to throw him up there, or like Shane Smith's going to move into the thing, and you're going to move up a reliever or something.
Yeah,
I don't see a lot of those guys. I see a lot of guys that are either Drew Thorpe, where it's like he's hurt, but when he's healthy, he's a guy that could be in the rotation. Or I see guys like Nastrini, Iriarte, where I'm just like, if they're not ready to be up there, don't force it up there. Let them figure the shit out in Charlotte. And it just makes me think that like, as much as we're looking at the pitching, is like there's a lot of
it
depth in here. Like, I don't know that there's enough guys for this year. Like,
you don't feel safe. Even though Ethan Katz today, they asked him how many guys are in competition for the 5 starting rotation spots. He said 16.
oh,
But you know what? I hear what you're saying there, Treasy, about that. I think I hear what it is, but like I think someone pops for you. Someone shows you enough that is the 7th or 8th starter, and it's like, okay, well, that's the guy you can bring up if you got some injuries there. But interesting to see. It wouldn't shock me if they brought in a couple guys on some NRIs, threw them out there, and said, hey, if you wanna live in Charlotte for a couple months until we need you, go for it. There's always those guys around. Mike Pelfrey used to be one of them guys, just hang around and like, okay, you need a starter, we'll throw you up here and you become a starter. Chris Volstead. There's an interesting Chris Volstead story we won't tell on here. That's someone else's story to tell, but we'll tell that at a future date.
but yeah, Beef, I tried, and I was like, let me give some good examples of this because there's still a lot of free agents out there. And I was like, oh, I remember this guy. Let me go take a look. And it's like, oh, he's out for a year. Oh, this guy's out for a year. Like, so
People break, yeah.
it's a little thin, but our
happens.
guy MSS, he wants Jake Junis in here.
I do.
We'll take a Spencer Turnbull in here. Like, so we'll see. There's stuff out there.
Is Jake isn't signed yet either. I
He's
was
not.
gonna.
He's totally available for this.
I don't understand why. He must be asking for too much money.
Maybe he wants some money. Treasy,
wants
one
3
last
years.
question on Kai Bush here.
Yeah.
Do you think he should go back and get his accounting degree like Jesse Schultz did last year? You think it's a good idea? Set up the backup plan now. You had the arm injury, and you don't know these guys. It might be set by the time you come back. It might not be a spot for you.
Beef. Until I was driving home listening to that podcast you told me to listen to.
Yeah.
I would have said yes, but I definitely heard that AI
next
is
generation.
get rid of accounting. Like accounting's not going to exist.
I know.
In 3 to 5 years. I hope you're fucking enjoying. I hope you're enjoying it right now because it's going to be gone. So yeah. I mean, I would say don't. I would say don't. I learn to sing. Learn to fucking sing.
Absolutely.
I'll give lessons.
No, you got to get the lessons. That's where you got the money. That's what
Dude.
Jared gave you the lessons. Bro.
I'm
MSS
not
is Smarter
lying.
Band
These things
Company
hit
cover
hard.
band. It needs a singer.
We should get the On the Rocks people to sponsor the Sunday Soak because I'd be fucking loaded after one of these.
All right, last White Sox question here, and I gotta rope White Sox summer back.
Oh,
into this.
thanks, buddy.
The boys are just getting to spring training right now, and the pitchers and catchers are there, and some of the position players are starting to show up early, but they're not mandated to be there yet. So my question to you guys is, and we ask this of each other every year, and I'll start with MSS. Who comes to spring training in the best shape of their lives? My Sox summer, pick a guy to be in the best shape of his fucking life.
Me being a baseball analyst, right? Like you learn things year to year, right? And you can think, analysts. You learn things from year to year and like how you're gonna like what's happening behind the scenes of what they're actually doing, right? So who are they gonna pump up? Are they pumping up somebody that they want to keep, somebody that they want to have around, like use out in the field? Absolutely not. They're pumping up the person that they're trying to trade. So now the easy way to do it is to pick a star that they want to get rid of. Okay, but they can't. They can't get rid of that star. So who's who you got to like get rid of? And they've already started it, Loaf. They already started it by saying that this guy might be playing first base. He's going to take some reps at first base, and it's Oscar Colas. Oscar Colas. They need to get the fuck out of town. So they're just like, hey, he's versatile. He can play right field, first base. He can play all the places. So let's get him out there. Let's see how he does. So Oscar Colas is definitely going to be on Chuck Garfine's shitty podcast on CHSN, and he's going to talk about how he's going to be a great asset for the White Sox in 2020.
MSS. You know what we got to do? Yeah, you just sparked this in me. We got to go and look at some old pages about Oscar Colas and see his height and see if they heighten him for this year.
Oh,
if he's a fucking inch taller,
Who's 5'10", now he's
like, yeah, right? Like
they start pumping him up for sure.
Best shape of his life. He lost 10 pounds. He got 2 inches taller.
And Alex, you're correct. I didn't mean to like throw him under the bus. There's plenty of other shittier podcasts than that. So, my bad.
Yeah, Chuck's fine. We're not, especially when we don't talk about his hair. Treasy E, who do you think is going to come in the best shape of their lives for the White Sox spring training camp?
So I'm going to go in a different direction than the normal best shape of their lives when they're like, oh, man, I put on like 10 pounds of muscle, or I lost this weight, or like, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be Andrew Benintendi. And he's going to be like,
good call,
guys, I'm finally healed up after 2 years and $30 million. My hand is finally okay. Trust me, this year's it. This is going to be the year.
If there's anything I've learned too, adding weight to somebody that doesn't ever get a good read on a ball or a good jump on a ball definitely will improve his defense. It's something that's definitely going to happen.
Scientifically proven. MSS is correct.
If I am 10 or 20 pounds heavier, I can get to that ball a hell of a lot faster. Trust me.
But MSS, it's not even going to be like put on weight. It's just going to be like, my hand is finally healthy, and now I get a better jump on the ball. That's that fucking hand. The hand was weighing him down or something.
Listen, Chirizi, that sounds like a Han theory. It's like, hey, once Andrew Vaughn gets moved to first base, he's gonna hit, baby. It's gonna hit. Like he's just too worried about playing to play left field. If he's in his natural position, he's gonna smash the shit out of the ball. We're still waiting, motherfucker. Let's get some hits here. Come on.
I'm just expecting Benintendi to show up. What day do they show up? Because pitchers and catchers was yesterday, right? But it's this weekend, right? They show up.
Yeah.
He's gonna come in with the Ricky Bobby cast on, and he's gonna saw that shit off.
Go get my car off the trailer.
And you're like, I'm ready now. Now I'm ready. Finally.
He'll just be smashing it on the table, the trainer's table, because they don't have the right stuff.
Don't worry how much you paid me already. Don't worry how much you wasted these past 2 years. So yeah, Benintendi. How about you, Beef? Who's coming in the best shape of their life?
I mean, I gotta tell you guys, I'm super proud that neither one of you said that James Fegan is not going to be in the best shape of his life, because the camera does add 10 pounds, and that's okay. He looks healthy, in my opinion, but maybe not the best shape of his life.
Horrible angle they went on these pictures.
They did, and Chuck even sat. Hang on, Chuck sat a different way. He cheated. I was watching that. I was like, son of a bitch.
I feel like he did that to Fegan.
He did that to Fegan. Yeah, agreed.
Oh, I know this terrible angle they like to take on these pictures. I'm going to sit like this so that like you don't notice it. But James, we're going to get like we're going to get like what she sees looking up. Like,
it's like
visual. It's what a dickhead move.
Well, I agree.
You're going to look like you have Barry Sanders legs.
You should sue CHS on. I agree 100%. All right. But my thought here at best shape of his life, and I'm already starting to regret this decision, but I'm picking Colson Montgomery because I just had Courtney Finicum on my Ajou podcast, and she said that when she saw him at Sox Fest, he had noticeably gained some weight, and she said it was good weight. And then I saw people saying, man, holy shit, Colson Montgomery, he looks like he's put on weight, but not good weight, and he looks fat. And I was like, I like him being fat, but that wouldn't constitute best shape of life. So I'm still going to go with Colson Montgomery. He's strong like George Costanza now. That's the way I'm going to play it, and there's more home run power there, so I'm going to go Colson Montgomery.
But Loaf,
that's going to be their excuse too. Oh, he got too buff for shortstop.
He's got to play third now. He's too strong. You know?
But are they pumping it up to get rid of?
Or he's going to be like the second baseman.
No, they're not going to pump him up to get rid of him. Like
not to get rid of him.
Hey, listen,
no.
This is the only hype train we have.
No. They got to sell you on the fact that they're going to give him a starting position for the year, even though he underperformed in AAA last year. Everyone knows he stunk at AAA. He went and played 3 weeks in Arizona Fall League and was good. And they were like, oh, he's turned the corner. Everything's fine now. And they tried to sell that at the Sox Fest and everything. Yeah, the last couple months in the Arizona Fall League, everything's going right there. And most of the people were like, no, not everything is going right yet with Colson Montgomery. And a lot of the skeptical fans want him to go to the minors. I think probably he starts with the team, and probably he's going to be in his best shape of his life muscularly, but he looks a little pudgy, to be honest.
He's put on 85 pounds, pure muscle. That's it.
If they wanted to sell a little better, they should have had
I'll let Beef read this.
Comedian.
Sharon's ex-husband Chris says Fatty Fegan is what they call him. I would never say that. I would never say that. But thank you.
He is not fat.
Chris.
He's stocky.
Oh, I don't think he's fat. I think it was the angle was incredible.
It was a bad angle. Yeah, I would say
bad angle. You don't look good sitting down like
if I had to sit. Imagine if I was sitting at that angle. How ridiculous I would look. There would be 3 inches of belly skin hanging out of the bottom of my shirt as you watch that direct angle,
and your nose would be huge.
How dare
than normal.
But you know what? I actually, that would never happen. I would never be on there. because of what you guys did to me on Instagram. So now it's just you two and fucking Howard Ankin, you pricks.
I would do that podcast.
I knew this was going to happen.
Just Howard telling us all
Did it
kinds
anyway.
of fucking crazy lawsuits he's been involved in.
Right. He's like, no, really though.
That's a better this or that. He shows you 2 pictures of people. You got the bigger settlement. All right.
Lost an arm, lost a leg.
I don't know how legal that would be, but like, yeah.
You can talk about cases. They have like law books and shit they base stuff on, right? Don't they? I don't know. Anyway.
They do have law books that they base shit on.
Like Roe versus Wade, right? Isn't the whole thing? That was like a case. And then they base like a lot of other rulings on it, right? I mean,
My Thai SS. Tell us about legal stuff.
My Thai S.
Guys, it's
Going
time
right to bed.
for thank yous and GFYs. Who are you thinking of GFY and Beef Loaf?
I'm going to thank Mother Nature for finally dumping some fucking snow on us. Not too much, just a little taste. But I like to have a little snow during the winter. I like it much better than the freezing cold. And we hadn't had much snow in a while. And it was, I'm going to tell you what, boys, it was a joy to shovel a path out to the hot tub. It was a joy to shovel out front. I don't have a big yard, so I have a lot of shoveling to do. But it was nice to get out there in the snow. And so thank you, Mother Nature, for dumping a little bit on us.
MSS, other than Snow, who I know is Beef's favorite rapper as well. But who are you thinking?
I'm actually GFYing somebody.
Oh,
I am GFYing the girl or guy who shit behind and on my garage. This
Hello.
weekend.
Wait, girl and guy? How did you know? You smelled it? You said, "Oh, that's girl shit." No, that's guy shit.
Here's the.
How are
This
they
is a
both
great
here?
story. We'll see if I can get it out. I walk out to the back to go dump a bunch of stuff because we know the snow is coming. So I'm like, I gotta get all this stuff and throw it in the garbage because I don't want to deal with this when there's snow on the ground. And I looked to the left when I walk outside, and I go, "Oh, that looks like human feces sitting there with some wet wipes." And I'm like, "Oh, I feel immediately going, this is the grossest thing I've ever had to deal with." Walk back inside my garage and go get a shovel like that I'm going to want to throw away, that I just have an extra shovel because I'm like, I'm not cleaning off the human feces off a shovel and then keeping the shovel. I'm going to throw that right in the garbage. So I scrape it off. It is still wet, and the smell just wafts into my fucking face. The person was definitely was sick and needed to shit. I understand that, and that's fine. But they didn't need to shit on the side of my garage and then onto the ground there. I know it's a great place to take a shit because you're in the corner behind a trail, you're right behind the garbage can. I understand, but like, please don't shit on my garage or by my garage. Again, there's rats. Okay, I don't need these rats anywhere. But it was gross.
It was a buckshot.
Now listen,
Tracy.
Yeah.
He or she. Or
He
both.
or she.
We'll see. We don't know.
I did the scoop and then threw it in there, threw the fucking shovel in the trash can, or the shovel was gone. Later that day, somebody took the shovel. Sir, I'm sorry. That's human feces on that shovel. So good luck with that one. Chorizo, who are you thinking?
Let's get this drink from Jerry. We missed it.
Oh, yeah.
He says, a little late tonight. I had to write Valentines with my 7-year-old. Blame your kids. Cheers, boys, and I'm loving the My Tide MSS.
Oh,
cheers.
Me too. I love my Thai MSS.
Listen, if you want to get fucked up, get some on the rocks. These things are $11. I thought they were a crazy price. I am fucking hammered right now. This is delicious.
There was a couple comments on your quick story there, MSS. Gordo says, "Did you give them the wet toilet paper?"
They had it. They had little wet wipes because they were right on top of the shit.
Your toilet paper.
No.
You wouldn't waste that on them. How dare you? That's for my family.
Okay, that was thrown away.
And then Gabriel says it was Alexis.
Alexis, please stop shitting on my garage. Just knock on the door. We'll let you in to use the bathroom. It's fine. You're not like Mailman Jack at Beef Loafs. You can come in and take a dump in my house if you need to.
So
it was Alexis.
I was gonna GFY this person, but now I'm gonna thank him. So yesterday, I was they told us, hey, just work from home because it's probably gonna be a pain in the ass to get to and from work, which it probably wouldn't have been. But I'm sitting here and like Quarantine was out of town. So my car was in the garage, but I got to move it out. So I was like keeping an eye out on the street to see when someone would move in one of the good spots out there. And I go get the spot. And so I see this motherfucker out there wiping off his car. It's snowing. It is actively snowing. He's wiping off his car. And I'm like, I'm just going to wait for this motherfucker to pull out and go down there. So I'm just like watching. This motherfucker wipes off his car completely, cleans his fucking car off, goes in his house. Never comes back out. I look an hour later, that car is just covered in snow. And I'm like, what?
What was he doing?
What the fuck was the point of this thing? And so I was like, man, fuck this guy. Like I was ready to go to his house and go, why did you do that? Like I was just so perplexed, confused. And,
excuse me.
And so I come out this morning and to go to my car, and I'm walking like a block to go to it. And there's
$14.99.
There's a big ass truck, double park, and Beef, you know how thin my
barely one car could fucking get through your street. Yes.
There's a motherfucker double parked there. He must have been delivering something. It's like 7:30 in the morning, right? He's delivering some shit at like 7:30 in the morning. One of these like
probably hash browns.
They got those. No, they got like those freelance Amazon people that are out all the time.
Oh yeah.
And he's just parked right in front of that spot. And he's like walking down the street. He doesn't know where the fuck he's going, what the building he's going to. And I'm like, thank you to the motherfucker that kept his car there. Because I would have been boxed in by the stupidest motherfucker on earth, second stupidest, not the guy that wiped his car off and did nothing with it. The other guy. So the two stupidest people on earth worked together to make me feel better about myself today. Thank you both. Thank you both.
That's when it works out like that.
And with that, that's our show. Make sure to buy tickets to our live show.
Yeah.
108.ing/Eve. And remember, if you bought tickets tonight,
get this.
Shoot us a DM and say that you bought them. And the first person that tells us gets that goddamn Michael Jordan. And I might even throw in $10 so that you could go get it graded by the same people that MSS did. All right. We'll see you soon. Have a good night.